Hey Alex, my name's Bob Powell. I live in northern Michigan. I hope you're sitting down, brother, because I'm about to blow you away.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You play Russian roulette this way.
Deep down in places you don't talk about at parties, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
Keep this frequency clear.
And now it's conspiracy. See, they've made that something that should not be even entertained for a minute. That powerful people might get together and have a plan. Doesn't happen. You're a kook. You're a conspiracy buff.
You asked why I wanted to be an info warrior? This is why. Because this ain't no joke. They can arrest you without a charge. They can hold you indefinitely without trying you. They can keep you incommunicado. No lawyer. They don't even have to tell your family that they have you. And that's not the America that I grew up in, and that's not the America that I want my children to grow up in. Hey, apparently there are a few FEMA camps in Michigan. The one closest to me within driving distance is Camp Grayling. Camp Grayling is listed as a National Guard training center. Its webpage says that it trains tens of thousands of soldiers each year. I wanted to do this because, well, for one thing, I need to know. Are they building concentration camps in this country? If so, why? For who? I'm in Grayling, Michigan, and I just pulled over onto the side of the road to wash my car, and I saw a young man with a Ron Paul bumper sticker and a National Guard license plate. How lucky can you get? So, you were in the Guard for 10 years, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
We talked just a few minutes ago, and you told me that something strange was happening back in the summer of 2010. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Well, working for a local hardware company, I had multiple vehicles come in with GSA, government services, license plates on them, and several men and women that identified themselves as DOD contractors. And they were buying up a lot of 4x4 posts, plywood, concrete bags, cement blocks, patios, and I asked them what they were building, and they told me they were setting up a Middle Eastern type village for training purposes at Camp Grayling.
Why am I all bundled up like an Eskimo? Because it's 8 degrees out here. It's freaking cold. It's okay. I'll do what I have to do to get to the truth about the place behind me, this Camp Grayling. Is it a National Guard training center, as the sign says? Sure it is. Could it be a concentration camp in the future? Well, that's what I'm here to find out. The fact that al-Awlaki is an American citizen.
Yes.
And that he's never been charged, much less convicted of a crime.
He should be.
But, well, whether he should be or not is beside the point. He has not been charged and he has not been convicted in a court of law. He's an American citizen.
I agree.
Do you think that when the President of the United States can issue an execution order on an American citizen without having been brought to trial, do we live in a dictatorship now?
Well, what you point out is very troubling, yes.
And Chuck here was lucky enough to speak with former South Carolina Governor Mark Sanford about the subject. What do you have to say?
He said the Bilderberg Group was a bunch of washed up has-beens.
Well, the Bilderberg Group doesn't control me.
Smack, runner, you're nothing but lies. Smack, runner, with weak alibis. Smack, runner, your game is through. Smack, runner, I'm talking to you.
Your skills are weak and incomplete, it's really a joke to think you can't get over
over me without getting smoked. It's time to shut you down and expose your game. My mission is to take you down and level the plane.
Smack.
Well, I'm standing in front of the Grand Disco in Charlotte. I figured as long as I was going to be here, I might as well get some work done. It's really a beautiful city, first time I've ever been here. The Grand Disco is in the Bank of America Plaza. Bank of America Plaza. That Bank of America. So what do you think about President Obama's decision to have the CIA assassinate an American citizen without trial?
He's still considered a terrorist, but he's still an American citizen. So he needs to be brought to trial and tried before he does anything.
Thank you. I thought that I was the only person in the world that still cared about the Constitution of the United States, because it clearly says in the Fifth Amendment, no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. And I'm sorry, but when the President of the United States can take a pen, put it to a piece of paper and say, go ahead and kill this guy because I don't like what he says, that's when we've got a problem. The man has never been charged with a crime, much less convicted of one. Do you think it's right for the President of the United States to claim the authority to have the CIA assassinate an American citizen without the benefit of a trial?
No, because it does not seem like all he's doing is going on wild goose hunts. His approval's gone down. It seems like he's just trying to find somebody to keep pinning this on of why everything is still going wrong.
This reminds me of the death of the Roman Republic, when everybody was clamoring for a dictator. Congratulations, America. Now you have one. Right now, via Skype, I'd like to welcome my first guest onto The Truth is Viral. His name is Nate Wessler, and he's a National Security Fellow with the National Security Project over at the ACLU. The National Security Project handles the question of targeted killings by the U.S. government. Can you tell me what the ACLU has to say about that?
The president and those working for him seem to have taken on the duty of judge, jury, and executioner all by themselves.
Writing as Publius in number 47, James Madison proclaims, the accumulation of all powers, legislative, executive, and judiciary, in the same hands, whether of one, a few, or many, and whether hereditary, self-appointed, or elective, may justly be pronounced the very definition of tyranny. Now, you heard a spokesman for the ACLU proclaim Obama to be judge, jury, and executioner right here on this program just a few weeks ago. You do the math. Do we live in a constitutional republic, or is this a tyranny?
Now this is a party, Super Bowl 46, New England Patriots versus the New York Giants. There are literally hundreds of thousands of people here, and they're walking right across my shot as I speak. Okay, the National Defense Authorization Act, which President Obama just signed into law, allows the United States military to take into custody any American citizen without a charge, hold them indefinitely, and not even inform their family. No, it's not right.
And I'm totally against female imprisonment camps. We've got Beach Grove, Indiana, which I'm sure you've heard. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to get her
Amtrak and Beach Grove is the concentration camp.
The young kids get it. They understand what's fair and what's right. You know, even though she didn't know anything about national or international politics, she understood the difference between right and wrong. That's something that our government has a hard time differentiating these days. That's right, Alex. People are starting to wake up. Up till now, I've been privileged to play a very small part in that awakening. But things are getting so bad so quickly, I've decided that it's either time to go big or go home. Now, the problem with that is, this is my home. This is my children's home. I will not allow them to grow up as slaves, not on my watch. So between you and me, Mr. Alex Jones, we'll take the fight to these globalist scumbags, and we can win. You could do a whole lot worse to have somebody else on your team other than this old jarhead. Simplify, Alex. Hoorah.